Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Today is episode number 289 of the Level Up program, day number 129 of the Brown Belt. If you're new to the program, this is about my shooting the dice at the craps table and practicing a blue-collar craps style of play. In the chat, we got Demon Dog Chris checking in #1 on the YouTube side, followed up by Kevin Smith. And then we got Uncle Hoku, Craig K, Roger from OMC Craps, Rick S, Brian Flegel from Green Bay, and Coach Joe, as well as John GT. Welcome everybody on the kick.com side of things. Nobody. But hey, guys, make sure you check that out if you want a little bit more of a real-time video stream at the current moment. That is the best option that I have, and that way you can play along with Crapsee, and you can also see it a little bit faster by a couple seconds. And before we get started here, guys, I want to just mention and say thank you. I had somebody reach out to me yesterday and asked me to call them this morning, and I did that as well. And the individual, first of all, asked a question, and I did not tell this individual that the same question has been asked of me at least 2 times by 2 other individuals in the craps community within the last 6 months. And the question was, what are you doing? And I forgot what the exact word was, but essentially it comes down to everything that I'm doing on the channel here is good, it's educational, it's proper, but people are not watching. And he wanted to know why that is. And I gave my opinion, and I think it was the right answer, but I'm not exactly sure. So what I have a homework assignment for everybody here that's in the chat, especially for those of you who are here on a normal basis, and for those of you who are new. Go to crapsmasterjourney@yahoo.com and send me a message of what you think I'm doing right, what you think I could do better, and what you think I could do to help attract more people to the channel and either become a subscriber or get more views or whatever. Because, guys, I'm working my butt off here, and I think that this is a... George says I have 2,000 people. 2,000 subscribers. People are watching. They are watching. But for 2,000 subscribers, my videos get about 100 views. So that's kind of a whatever. But anyhow, send me an email, guys. I will not take offense to any suggestion, both positive and negative. I'm just looking for ideas on things that I could do to improve the format of this channel and make it so that it is more entertaining, more educational, more enjoyable by everybody. But anyhow, we got George checking in. We got Mike checking in from the 85 Bears. And thank you, John GT. Says people love this format. But anyhow, guys, let me know. I want to see if we get more involvement from the community in the channel as well. But anyhow, let's get started again. I am practicing shooting from the 11-foot mark. Again, in 2 days, I'm going to be going down to Joliet, Illinois. I got a hold of Alfredo last night. He said he's going to be flying in today. And I got that, George. I understand 100%. Anyhow, he's flying into Chicago area today, and he's going to be going to Joliet. I believe they're going to be meeting, everybody's going to be meeting at the Harrah's today and tomorrow and Saturday. And I think today is 5 times multiplier at Harrah's. Yeah, so there should be a little bit busy in that. Good morning, Dice Glider. And we're going to be playing at the Harrah's. We'll probably be playing at Hollywood Casino, which is right down the road from the Harrah's Casino in Joliet, as well as probably taking a run over to Rivers. And we'll basically end up wherever, first of all, wherever we're shooting better, but second of all, whichever casino treats us the best. So that would be a very, very, very good thing for us to experience. We've had good and bad at all 3 of those casinos, and it depends on the day, depends on the crew. But good morning, Red Eye. Thank you, George, for the compliment there, or for the good luck. Kudos there. But anyhow, let's get started here. We're going to start off with a $20 pass line bet. And we're going to start off with a $3 craps check. as well as a 555 on the ATS. But anyhow, the conversation that the individual had with me is they just wanted to tell me that I was doing a good job. And guys, I really do appreciate all positive and negative comments that you guys do share with me. Again, if you do it in email form, that would be even better. I don't like saying who it is. Good morning, Jeff. I don't like saying who it is, who's saying what or nothing. I do take all input into consideration, though, and I do really appreciate all the stuff that you guys do share with me. And we got Jason Nielsen checking in on Kick. Good morning. And he says he hopes I had a good Valentine's Day. My girlfriend has actually been out of town for the last week and a half. She's been down in the Dubuque area caring for her mother who had a emergent situation. So she's dealing with her mother with the emergency situation. Hopefully she'll be back tomorrow so she can go down to Joliet with me. I've been dealing with my mom who has been having some emergent situations. It really is hard having geriatric patients that are parents, I mean, that actually need the care and stuff like that. So, but anyway, let's get started here. We'll go all bets set. We got 7 people in Crapsee. We got 14 people watching on YouTube, as well as 2 people on Kick. And we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6 is the first dice set we'll be starting off with today. And the first throw was a 3-3 hard, 6 to double degen as a primary on top. Both dice kind of bounced off a little bit hard off that back wall. So we're going to either have to adjust the landing zone or the energy in the dice to hopefully correct that situation. But that is a primary on top, so we'll stick with the 3, 2, 3, 6. Kevin says one of his 2 locals is a Rivers in New York. I have not been to the Rivers. The Rivers is actually right next to the airport, the Chicago O'Hare Airport. I have not been there yet. I've heard many things about it, but I would like to experience. I have been to Planet Hollywood, a casino in Joliet. I've also been to Harrah's on multiple occasions for both of those. So we are going to start off with 118 across bet level. So that's going to be $20 on the 5 and 9, $24 on that 8, $15 on the 10 and 4. Those are all place bets. We are not going to do any pass line odds at the current moment. And we're going to stick with the 3, 2, 3, 6. Dice out. A little shorter than that landing zone. The dice did cross a little bit at the end, but we have a 415, the trucking camper, horse and buggy. So that is our first box hit for the shooter. And that's going to allow us to do inside pressure 1 unit on the 5, 8, and 9. As well as we're going to put $15 on the... oh, there you go. And we're going to put $15 in pass line odds. We look for a second hit here. Again, that was a double pitch on that left die. That was a single pitch towards me on the right die. So ultimately, that's a single pitch of the dice. And we'll go 3, 2, 3, 6 for a dice set. Call it all bets set. I appreciate everybody pressing that button as expedient as they are. Jeff, if you're still in the chat, are you doing a show tonight with Ed and Gargoyle on your normal Thursday night? I'm not sure. If you are, please put it in there so everybody knows. Dice out. Dice did cross right at the end. We have another 5. This time it's the Justice 5, the 3, 2, 5. So again, we're going to do 1 more unit pressure hit, and if we can get 1 more box hit, we'll take everything down to that 66 inside bet level. But let's go 1 unit up again. So we're at $30 on the 5 and 9. We're at 36 on that 8, 15 on the 4 and 10. We're going to stay with the $15 pass line odds. That's a primary on that right side. That was an explosion on the right die. So we are still safe with our dice set. So we're sticking with the 3, 2, 3, 6. And let's call that all bet set. Dice out. Brian goes, still wishes he was going. Brian Flegel was going to ride down to Joliet with me, but he has, I guess, a friend of his is having a birthday party, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. Convince your friend to go down to Chicago area, Brian, this weekend. Maybe then you could still meet up with all of us. But yeah, guys, anybody is welcome to attend. It's a public area, and we would love to meet everybody. So dice out. We're hitting that mixing bowl a little bit, and the dice did roll over to the left. We have an ace deuce Alfredo sauce. 1, 2, 3. Getting a little bit of saucy. So that was not a normal roll, so we'll stick with the 3, 2, 3, 6 because that was not a normal result or roll of the dice. They did do something different than my norm. And Kevin goes, as his locals has some of the best video poker around. At over 99% payback. That's cool. Back in the day, I played a little bit of video poker. I'm not a big, huge, knowledgeable person on it. By the way, that 3 did nothing for our bets, so we'll go all bets set. It did help with the ATS, though. We only need the 2 and 4 for that small. Dice out. And we got a 6, 1, 7. Ouch. So the dice landed really super tight together. They came off the back wall just a little bit and kind of spun around. And which is weird because that was roll number 4. I just had that feeling that if I didn't get anything there, my camera just went out. Hopefully it comes back. If not, I will redo it. There we go. It came back. Good. I actually had a sneaking suspicion. Good morning, Frida. If I didn't get a box somewhere on that one, I was going to actually come down on my bets. So whoever just sent through the rebuy, please make sure that they send it through again. Crapsee gave me an error on my side here, so it didn't go through. But then, that was just like yesterday, that first shooter we lost money, and we had a hard time digging out yesterday with that. So, and we ended up losing for the day, even though we had 4 shooters and we won money on the last 3 shooters. So that is, kind of interesting. But hopefully we get the money back. Hopefully we have a nice long roll this time. And again, we're going to go $20 pass line bet. We're going to do the same exact thing as what we did last time. And we'll see if we can get that rolled a little bit longer. So 555 on the ATS, $3 craps check. 3, 2, 3, 6 is the dice set. And all bets set. Dice out. A little bit high energy. We have a 1, 3, 4. That's the Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So 1, 3, 4. So Jeff did not respond back, so either he's busy or he left right away. I'm guessing that he has his show tonight with Ed and Gargoyle. If it is, make sure you check it out. It's usually a very entertaining show. By the way, that was an implosion on that left die, and that was a primary on the right die, so we're going to stick with 3, 2, 3, 6. I know that some of the nights are kind of quiet. Alfredo's been out of town in Florida. He's going to be in Illinois for the next couple of days, so he's not going to be back in town, I think, till like Sunday or Monday night back at home. So he hasn't been going live at all. So the nights have been kind of slow. John's been putting out a good series lately with his bankroll series. Everything that has to do with money and craps, everything from bankroll to rack management to all these different things he's going to be covering this month. So make sure you check that out. Dice are splitting apart, so let's regrip them. One thing I'm trying to do is trying to get my index finger so it's not quite as deep. It seems like it's a little bit deeper than the rest of my fingers, so I'm trying to equal those out. Dice out. And we got a 3-6-9. That is the center field 9. So 9 will be our new point. And I'll show you guys a little trick that George from CY does with his fingers to make sure that they are straight across. And if you watch him doing his videos on a daily basis, he does this almost all the time from what I see, is he'll take his fingers and he'll push them straight down. Hopefully you guys can see that. So he'll go on the tabletop and he'll actually push them straight down. So that if you see the middle finger right there is actually bent. It has a little bit of an angle. So I'm going to try not to do this, although it probably wouldn't hurt to do that. But when I do that, and this is kind of a little side personal information, I actually have Tourette's, and it's really difficult for me to keep the fingers super tight like that for a long time, and for me to bring them back up and place them is very difficult. So I go by feel. Everything is feel. Good morning, Ryan, checking in. But let's do this one. So let's go 160 across bet level, 25 on the 5, 9, and 10, $30 on the 6 and 8. We're going to do a little bit different betting style this time. And we're going to call that all bet set. We're going to go 3-2-3-6. Ryan put a video out yesterday, guys. If you didn't see that, he was showing an aggressive style play that he had used on Vegas and used to win a little bit over $2,000 on that roll, on one of his rolls. So Jeff is here, and he says no official show tonight. Just maybe a Crapsee fun show with brown water, blue water, and coffee with Ed and me. Okay, awesome. Thank you for responding, Jeff. So make sure you check that out. I'm sure that Jeff is the one with the brown water, Ed's the one with the blue water, and Gargoyle's the one with the coffee, right? Just kidding. Dice out. Whoa, that was... Guys, my dice landed here and it popped up, hit the chip rail, and it came back down. I have never seen that happen on this table. 4-3-7, that is a terrible result. My table is super not hard at all. It's a semi-bouncy table. So, you're welcome, Ryan. So with that, I have to decrease the energy level in my dice, and I've never had... Maybe once I had my dice actually bounce off the table, which is weird. And this one almost did go off. So we almost did a lap with Coach Joe. Good morning, Biff. So taking a lap with Coach Joe means that it's a no roll. And I have people rebuying left and right here today because Joe is not rolling that well. We had a 5 and then 3. We are down substantially on our bankroll here. So we're going to have to do some kind of recovery here. That was a 4-3. That was a double pitch of the dice. But I'm not going to really take too much stock in the double pitch portion of it because that left die did pop up so high. We're not going to play any line bets this time. We're not going to do any ATS. We're just going to do box bets once we get the point established here, pretending that Jeff goes Ed's brown water, he's the blue water. But we're going to pretend that somebody else is shooting here, and we're going to try to do a little bit of recovery to get some money back to the rack. So 3-2-3-6, dice out. Actually, Bailey is the blue water, right? Not Jeff. Bailey is. So those of you who don't know Bailey is, that is Jeff's dog. And dice out. Ooh, terrible throw, guys. Way short in the land zone. I landed them here. They should have been up here. Dice decrossed. They did not hit the back wall. But we have 1-3-4. That is the Big Joe from snowy Wisconsin today. Guys, I went to work last night. There was no snow on the ground, which is really weird for February in Wisconsin. No snow on the ground. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, it started snowing. By the time I left, we had about a ½ an inch on the ground. And before I started the show, we had probably close to 3/4 of an inch of snow on the ground. So that is interesting. We're going to go 160 across here. And we are going to do a pressure up for 2 hits, and then we're going to do a regression. And then we'll play with whatever we can dig out of this. So that was a implosion of that right die. And that was a primary on the right die. I'm sorry, implosion on the left die, primary on the right die. Bailey straight up water on the rocks, he goes. That's funny. So, okay, we got all bets set here, guys. Dice out. Let's see if we can extend this roll a little bit here. And we're gonna do, let's do some rhythm rolling here now instead of just the 3, 2, 3, 6. So let's just do some basic rhythm rolling. Dice out. Dice are super tight when they landed. We got a 3, 6, 9, center field 9. So I've been noticing that the last few days, my dice have, since I've been throwing from this 11 feet away, and I think it's from the velocity of the throw, the force that I'm putting behind the dice, that the dice are actually staying super, super, super tight when they're going down. There's no in between actually. They're either staying super tight or they're splitting apart, and they land about 6 inches apart from each other at the other end of the table. By the way, that was an explosion of that right die. That was a primary on the left die. And that was a 9. So we're going to do 32 across pressure. That's 1 unit across all the way. We'll call that all bets set. And we had a 3, 6, so I should probably rhythm roll like I said I was going to do. So we're going to go 3 on the inside. We'll go 5 on the inside. So that's going to be across 6s this time. 6, 5, 6, 3 is the dice set. And Biff says coffee is his water. So anyhow, dice out. I drink coffee, 1 big mug of it at work every night. Other than that, I'm not a coffee drinker except for when I go to work because it helps me stay awake all night. Dice out. The left one stuck and split off. We have a 3, 5, 8. That is the great 8. The right one had the perfect amount of energy, went up, hit the wall, and came gently down right next to the wall. So that was good on that right die. Bad left die. So 3, 5, 8. And that was our second hit there, second box hit. So we have actually got $77 brought in our one already. We're going to go again one more time, 32 across. That's 1 unit across. So we are currently at $35 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. 42 on that 6 and 8. Again, we have no pass line bet, no ATS. We're pretending that somebody else is shooting. And I'll be really, really upset if that other person shoots better than I do. Yeah, we got a 1, 3, 1, 5. I'm just kidding. All bets set and dice out. And we got Seth Jolie checking in on Kick. So we're up to what, 5 people on Kick. We've got 14 people on YouTube. Dice out. And we got a 4, 5, 9. That's the hard 9, the Big Daddy Mac. And that is, I thought it was our point, but the Big Joe is our point. So that is the hit that we were looking for. Now we can come down on our bets. And we have got $126 brought back. So let's do this once. Let's go to 96 across. So that way we're bringing some money back to our rack here, and we're going to be putting some back on the table. So we have 126 brought back to the rack. We have 96 on the table. So we're in the profit. What is that? 30 bucks. So we're definitely going to be a winner on this one. That was, what was that? That was a 4, 5. So let's roll those dice back towards us. We'll put a 4 on the inside, 5 on the inside. Again, cross 6s. This time it's going to be a 6, 4, 6, 5. And the way I have my lights situated, it's hard to see the front of the dice because the light's kind of glaring through towards me. So I have to kind of bend in a really weird way to see those dice. But anyhow, we'll go all bet set here. And dice out. Big Daddy Mac, hard 9, says Jeff. Here we go. Dice just crossed right at the end. We have a 2, 6, 2, 4, 6. That is a Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. And for those of you who don't know, Kevin the Carpenter is actually Kevin Smith in the chat here. So Kevin the Carpenter, 2, 4, 6. That is perfect. So that's going to allow us to go to $30 on that 6. And we'll bring the rest of it back to the rack then, so kind of a little bit of a recovery thing. If I had a profit going on, I would bring both the 6 and 8 up to $30. But since we're trying to do a little bit of recovery, we're only going to hit the number we're only going to trend bet the number that has been hit or rolled, if you will. So we're going to go 4 on the inside, we'll go 2 on the inside. Again, we're back on that cross 6s again. This time it's a 6, 2, 6, 4 dice set. And watch me hit that darn ATS since I don't have any money on it. But anyway, we'll go all bets set here and dice out. 6, 2, 6, 4. A little bit higher energy dice did cross. This time we got a 5, 3, 8, grade 8. That is a repeat dice combination. We've thrown that 1 or 2 other times already here, so that is starting to see a little bit of repeatability here now. 5, 3, 8. And we're going to bring that 8 as well up to $30. Or should I say bring the 8 up to $30 as well? However you say it, whatever's proper. So $30 on the 8, $30 on the 6, 15 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. Again, that was a 5, 3, the dice roll when I brought it back here. So we'll go 5 on the inside, we'll go 3 on the inside. We got another cross 6s, 6, 5, 6, 3. So the cross 6s are coming up a lot here. And we'll go all bets set. Dice out. So the rhythm rolling that I'm doing right now is just basic rhythm rolling, guys. This is not like I showed exactly in the video that I put out the other day. This is the basic rhythm rolling that I showed in the video, but I'm not adjusting for the different results as far as the cousin 1 and cousin 2 and all that stuff. So dice out. Dice split apart when they left my fingers. We have a 5-1 KitchenAid mixer. That left die hit and stuck and rolled maybe 1 or 2 times down, but not make it all the way. But the right one did. So we're going to go to $42 on that 6 now. So we are putting the $12 on and bringing the rest back to the rack. So we are doing a little bit of recovery here. We've brought $203 back to rack. We have $132 on the table. If I took all the money off the table right now, we would only be down about $70 for the day. So that is actually a really good thing. And that might be something you might want to consider to get some of that money in the rack, depending on how you're rolling. This time we're at a 3V. We're at a 3, 5, 3, 1 dice set. So what Easy 5, Jeff got commented. No, that was marked a point, and then they unsubscribed because of the statement. You know, guys, people need to have a little bit of fun with the craps community. I know when I first started, I made a comment about the center field 9, and somebody went off on me in my comments about it. And I was kind of green at the time. I didn't know how to properly answer it. I basically said, yeah, that's what they call it at my casino. But I've come to the point now, guys, where I'm trying to include everybody in the community. So I'm coming up with the different dice calls. None of them are calls you'll hear at the casino. And in fact, a lot of the dice calls I came up with are ones that a lot of people at the other channels are starting to use. So it's kind of fun to hear the people call some of these out, like the 3-2 Justice 5. That was one of mine. The Double Degen was one of mine. The Old Bay Bushel was another one of mine. So we'll go dice out. But I've never called it an easy 5 yet, Ryan. 5-4, hard 9, Big Daddy Mac. That one came from Jeff. I did not make that one up. That was Jeff's. Big Daddy Mac. And I think he got it actually from Frank, who he talks about taking a nap all the time. But we're going to put that 9 up to $25. Made 21 off of that. We'll bring back and put $10 back on it and make it look like 25. So we've got 224 brought back to the rack, 142 on the table. And the trend betting now is what we really need to focus on when we get down to Juliet. And this is why we practice this daily, so that way it becomes second nature. Keep them coming, says Ryan. That's awesome. But this becomes second nature. So when you're at the table, you don't really have to think about much, because I have the numbers that I need to go to down path. And I did a video a while back on trend betting and the progressions. And if I can remember, I had it listed in the video as 3 different tiers of numbers. If you can remember the first tier for whatever number or whatever box number it is, the second tier is just a repeat of the first, but adds a 0, and then same thing, third level or third tier. Check that video. It's called trend betting, is what I had the video listed as. So dice out. By the way, we have a 1-5-1-4 dice set, so cross 6s on the bottom. I veered off a little bit towards the center of the table on that one, so my landing zone was not about where I threw the dice there. But yeah, we have a 2-2 hard for the Ian double deuce. And that one actually came from, I believe Ian wanted me to call that one. So he called that one on his own, Ian double deuce. And Brian from Holy Roller wanted me to have the hard 4 for him as well. The 2-2, let's go on a cruise, is what he wanted. So anyhow, Frank coined the hard 9. You added the Big Daddy Mac. Okay, good. Frank is Jeff's Victor. Laugh out loud. So, and there is a replacement for the little Joe from Kokomo. Beth, I beg to differ. I apologize, my friend, but it is the Big Joe from Craps Master Journey, or as Jeff says, the Big Joe from Wisconsin. So little Joe from Kokomo, sorry, my friend, you're going to lose that one with me. You know, that was our point. We're going to be coming out looking for a new point. And let's call that all bets set. We're going back to the 3-2-3-6. And dice out. So it's super tight together. We have a come out 7, a 5-2, 7. Actually, the 2-5 variety. So do not work that come out. Make sure you replace those ATS bets if you had it. I did not have anything out there, and I'm not going to put any up either, because we have brought back a considerable amount of money. We are just about break even now from where we started. If I took everything off the table, I would be break even for the day so far. And it took me to shooter number 3 to get to that point, but that's only 10 rolls. That's not too bad, guys, considering that I lost $140 in the first shooter, $160 on that second shooter, plus a little change there. But 3-2-3-6 is what we're going to go with, and we'll call it all bet set here. Dice out. And we have 13 people on YouTube. Brian must have went live again this morning. 5 people on Kick yet. So dice out. And we have a 5-6 mid-mo, yo. That is Cheerio coming to us from above. So we have 2 pass line naturals, or come out winners. So that is the second natural in a row. Still looking for a point, though. That one, although, is going to help people with that ATS bet. You do slip with Kokomo too, Jeff. I know. I listen, my friend. I don't always comment. A lot of times I watch the videos afterwards because almost everybody that goes live, it does it when I'm at work. So sometimes I can watch and sometimes I can listen. Sometimes I can't do either one of them. So we're going to go with 3-2-3-6. And I'm looking for a point yet. And we'll go all bet set. Dice out. Usually watching John's show is my my watch on the ride to work. So I'll watch it on my way to work, and I'll finish it once I get to work. Jeff's show I usually listen into a lot of times at night if he's at live, or I'll listen to his daily show usually. Dice out. Alfredo, we have OMC craps, all the dots and all the spots, midnight. So we're not getting any consistency here. That is a pass line loser, still looking for a point, but that's going to help with that ATS. We got two of the hard ones all the way on the tall side. Alfredo show I usually listen to at night live. I don't respond a lot of times. And guys, when I say I'm just listening, that's really what I'm doing, because my phone is actually probably about 30 to 40 yards away from me, so I'm not able to even watch it. I actually have earbuds in and I'm listening to it while I'm at work. Good background noise from you guys. So anyhow, all bets set here. 3-2-3-6, still looking for a point. This is shooter number 3. And this would be roll number 13 for shooter number 3. And let's get our landing zone down. We're starting to vary that landing zone a little bit, which is not a good thing. That's out. That was a little bit better. We have a 6-3-9 center field 9. So that one felt relatively comfortable coming out of the hands. Landed in a good spot. The energy level is good. They landed right up against the wall. Did not go flying off on me. So let's see if we can reproduce that and get some consistency going here. So point is 9. We're going to keep everything the same. All of our box numbers are turned back on. We'll rhythm roll, do some basic rhythm rolling here. We got a 2-6-2-3 dice set. 2-6-2-3 is the 2V on top. And let's go all bet set. Dice out. So Ryan from Mark the Point is asking what I do. He knows that I work at night, but what's my trade? I actually work for a company, and I don't want to mention the name at all, but I work for a company that makes liquid smoke, or smoked liquid products, if you will. They take smoke and they concentrate it into water, and they sell it to meat plants and spice companies and all that stuff. But the room that I actually work in is I make smoked oil. So anyhow, Dice Glider said something there. Let's see what that is. The 5 is part of the easy inside. So anyhow, dice out. We have a 2-6-2-3. So I used to be actually in charge of security at a hospital. Actually, I was a supervisor. And we have Magic Aces, this 1-1-2. I used to be in charge of security for 2 major hospitals and 26 clinics for a major medical corporation in the area. And I did that for a little over 10 years. And then I also did management of aggressive behavior and defensive arrest tactics training. And I trained over 1,000 people over the 8 years while I was working for that health facility, or health corporation. And I trained everybody from doctors to nurses to housekeeping to kitchen staff, engineering, maintenance. I mean, it was all the loss prevention officers, so that was a pretty fun job. But I am currently doing this job, pays the bills. So. Blue water, says Jeff. You know, the stuff that I make, or actually the stuff that my company makes, Jeff, is so concentrated that you put 1 teardrop into a 5-gallon pail of water. That's the percentage that they would mix in, and that's how strong it is, and that is extremely strong makeup. John had mentioned that he actually used to use the products that I make when he was a chef. So anyhow, what did we throw last one was a 1-1-2, so we're gonna go back to the 3-2-3-6. So we're hitting a lot of numbers that don't matter right now. A little sidetracked, but anyhow, we'll go all bet set here. Dice out. Landing zone was good on that one. We have 2-1-3, ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So the landing zone was good, energy levels was good, and we are just definitely pounding these outside numbers. If you're pointing the horns, you'll be definitely making some money here. And we have a potential to hit that ATS way we're coming up with these numbers. Now let's start going into no, don't worry about it, Ryan. Don't worry about the distraction. This is actually, I actually enjoy doing it this way because this is great training for me. When I first started shooting the dice in the casino, one of the things that would bother me is noise from other people, distractions from other people, the dealers, that loud idiot that's on the other side of the table. You know, all those different things would bother me and throw me off my game. I have since become a much better shooter in the casino because of doing these shows, answering the chats, entering the stuff into Crapsee, into KPI, setting the dice, moving the mouse around, bringing the dice back. It's like all these different distractions are actually helping me actually become a better trainer or shooter. So guys, if you don't do stuff like that, try it once and see what you think. I mean, you will definitely become more focused on shooting the dice because you have to force yourself to get to that point. So we're going to go with the 4-2-4-1 dice set. It's a 3V in the bottom. Dice out. You know, try talking out loud when you're shooting the dice as well. That throws off distraction. You have to really focus on that as well. So dice out. Dice landed nice. They did cross at the end. We have the 5-5 hard 10, the Old Bay Bushel. Craig is showing up a little bit here on the table. I think that's the second time we've thrown that today. Oh, that's the first time. I apologize. The reason I say it's the first time is there's only one 10 that was hit today. Guys, we only need that 8 to hit that tall. We need the 4, 5, and 6 to hit the small. So we have potential here. We have potential. 3, 2, 3, 6. Let's focus on hitting that 8. If we hit that 8, whoever's playing at ATS will be making some money. And you know what, guys? I have not been, I haven't even been adjusting my bets at all. They've just been racking in. I made $27 off it. I didn't even realize I didn't do anything with it. Let's go. Let's make the 4 and 10 look like 25 bucks. We'll make those buy bets, by the way. So I was focusing on talking and shooting and not on my betting, but I was bringing money back in. 278 brought back to rack, 162 on the table. We are definitely at that break-even point for the day. If I was smart, I'd take all the money off the table and call that a success after losing money off the first 2 shooters. But we'll go all bet set here. 3, 2, 3, 6. Dice out. Again, good landing zone, bad result. 617. Oh, so close, so close. But oh well, it is what it is. That's just the roulette that you're playing on that one. We did make money off of that shooter. We brought back $116 to the rack, profit off of that shooter. So I can't call it a total disaster, but if I was smart, I would have taken that money off the table and just kept on rolling. Again, that was somebody else shooting there, not me. So that person did a better job shooting than I did. And nothing wrong with a little bit of same betting. You're 100% accurate in that, Kevin. But anyhow, we're going to go again, this time I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go $25 pass line bet. We're going to go 5-5-5 on the ATS. We'll go $5 craps. Yeah, let's stick with that. So $25 pass line bet, $5 on the craps, 5-5-5 on the ATS, and all bet set. 3, 2, 3, 6. This will be our last shooter for the day. So let's make it a long one. Oh, I still have yesterday's data on the screen. Huh. Let's change that really quick. Thanks for catching that, Brian. So let's change that really quick. I went through and I changed the Valentine's Day part out, but I forgot to change that part out. So now hopefully that is better. Thank you. And let's go all bet set, dice out, 3, 2, 3, 6. And we have the 4, 6, 10. That is Waylon's best friend weighing it in, Daddy Joe. So another dice call that I came up with. Waylon calls it a Big Ben. his best friend Waylon and Big Ben. But I thought, you know, I don't think Big Ben is actually really Waylon's best friend. If Waylon checks in here, make sure you let me know. If I have to guess, his best friend is actually his dad, and his dad's name is Joe. Best name in the world. So, thank you, Roger. So let's rhythm roll this. Basic rhythm rolling right now. 4 on the inside, 6 on the inside. It's 2V upside down on top. 2, 4, 2, 6 is the dice set. We're going to go, like I said, we're going to do this a little bit different than what we have been doing. I'm going to ladder up and we're going to do a Dallas drawdown. So let's go, and this is really pushing it, guys. This is really out of my comfort zone here. Let's go with the 320 across bet level. So that's going to be $50 on the 4, 5, and 9. That's going to be 60 on the 6 and 8. $25 pass line bets, pass line odds. And we had the 555 on the ATS. Let's go all bets set here. Dice out. Biff is saying good SRR because SOR. Actually, my SOR is, in my opinion, I like to have it at a 9 or 10 or above. What did we throw the last time? We threw a 4, 6. So we're going to roll those back. 4, 6. We got a 2, 4, 2, 6 on our next dice set here. All bets out. So if I can get up to 9 or 10 for my SOR, then I will consider that in my standards decent. But SOR, anything above 7 is better than average. Dice out. And we have a 156, the KitchenAid mixer. What I've noticed is my first 2 shooters normally are not that good, and then I start warming up and start honing it in. So guys, if you're going to be with me down Joliet the first 2 times I shoot, don't bet heavy on me, and then hopefully I'll be able to turn it on after that. But we got $70 brought back from that one. Let's regress. We're doing the Dallas drawdown, so we're actually going to go from that 320 across bet level to the 160 across bet level. So we still have 175 on the table with that ATS. That's $65 brought back. So we're only into the shooter for 115 at the current moment, 110 for the current moment. And then we'll take one more hit here, and then we'll bring it down all the way down to either 66 inside or 96 across. We'll see what we do, what's brought back after this next shot here. So we got a 4-1-4-5 dice set. All bets set. Dice out. A little bit long, just a touch long, but we have the 145, the trucking camper horse and buggy. So I say horse and buggy. It could be the trucking camper. You know, you could be talking about different generations there, I guess. If you guys understand where I'm going with that. So we got another box hit here. That's another $35 brought back to the rack. So we have $100 brought back. Let's do this one. So let's take all of our bets down. Let's go with the 96 cross bet level. Whoops. I didn't want that. I got to click the other denomination here. So we got $15 on a 4, 5, and 9. We got 18 on a 6 and 8. $25 pass on bet. So we have $100 brought back, 120 on the table. So this next one will be a collect. So 4 on the inside with 1 on the inside, 2V on the top, 2, 1, 2, 4 is the dice set. Click that I am ready button, please, so we can get her going, get her done. And this is about the time that John usually checks in. So if you're checking in right now, good morning, John. We'll see if he does. And we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. So Biff says he's usually a little rusty at the first roll at the casino. And, you know, sometimes that's either my best roll or my worst roll. It depends at the casino. But here at home, it seems like it's been my worst roll usually, or one of them. So dice out. I don't know if you guys heard or saw that, but the dice landed and they clacked. And that's usually a good or a bad sign. But this time it worked out. 3, 5, 8. That would be the great 8. So this one is a collect, and then now we're going to start trend betting upwards as we go. So again, we're going to rhythm roll this. We'll go 3 on the inside. We'll go 5 on the inside. Gives us cross 6s on the bottom. 1, 3, 1, 5 is the dice set. And we're still at 14 people for YouTube. We got 11 likes. Make sure you give me a thumbs up on the way out if you guys are enjoying this stuff. We're still at 5 followers on Kick. I do appreciate everybody for hanging in here. Again, make sure you drop me an email. Let me know things that I can do to make the show better, to make it more entertaining, more interactive, and hopefully ways that we can get more viewers on this show here. So let's call that all bets set. Normally it takes about a day or two to get up to about 100 views for each show, and then it just kind of dies off. I know that these are long and boring at times, and if you're not playing Crapsee, it's not quite as entertaining, I guess, so dice out. Oh, I didn't like the response on that one, guys, but we're going to take it. Did you guys see that they both landed? The right one bounced over 1/4 turn, and the left one took off towards the wall. We have a 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. That'll help with that ATS bet. But I don't like that when they don't touch the back wall, because I want them to touch the back wall. Usually it's a bad result if I don't get them to go all the way down. And let's roll this back. We got a 2 on the inside. We got a 1 on the inside. 3V on the bottom. 4-2, 4-1 is the dice set. Did nothing for our bets. We're exactly break even right now. $120, $121 brought back to the rack. $121 on the table. And let's go all bets set. How does that work? $121 on the table. I'm not sure how that works, but okay, we'll go with that. Dice out. We have a 2-3-5, Justice 5. So this time we are going to press up 5. And do we get aggressive or do we not? Let's go aggressive with it. Let's make the 5 look like $30. We're going to almost do a full press there. Bringing basically back $1. No, we're bringing back $6 to the rack, putting the rest on the table. So we got Victor checking in. Good morning, Victor. So we're going to roll these puppies back towards us. We'll go 2 on the inside. We'll go 3 on the inside. We got a cross 6s on the bottom. 1, 2, 1, 3. And make sure you press that I am ready button so we can get her going. And all bets set. Dice out. And we have another 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. Or if we're speaking in Wayland's terms, we got the 2-1-3 shaka sauce. Again, 3V in the bottom, 4-2, 4-1. That 3 did nothing for us. So we're going to press that I am ready button here in 2 seconds. We need the 2 and 4 for the small. We need the 9, 11, and 12 for the tall. So sometimes I'm hitting those 4s, other times not. And this is one of those times that I'm not. And we don't have JR here today, I don't think. JR is he will not he will not lay the 4 anymore on me. I think I've sniped them off quite a few times there, but all bets set. Dice out. 142 brought back to the rack. 136 on a table. Let's see if we can hit that 5. That would be nice. Hit that 5 again. You guys see how tight that was going down? They landed not even a freaking millimeter apart. They rolled down nice. That was a 4-6-10. That is Waylon's best friend Wayne. And Big Ben this time. Big Ben. So that's our point. We hit the point. Awesome. So let's do this now once. Let's pull that pass line from 25 bucks down to 20 bucks this time. So we'll bring a little bit of extra money back. We'll go with a $3 craps check. Still with that 555 ATS. All of our box numbers are turned off. We'll rhythm roll with just the basic rhythm roll in here. So we got a 2, 4, 2, 6. And we will call it all bets set here. All right, press that button. I can't wait till the new Crapsee comes out, which should be pretty soon here, because then I can press that button and you guys will have a timer for 10 seconds to get your bets in. But let's go all bets set, and that way I won't be locking anybody out, which I know I do too often sometimes. Dice out. Slightly short on that line zone. We have a 415 horse and buggy truck and camper. So I don't want to say it too loud, but I'm dialing that landing zone in pretty good now compared to what I was in those first two shooters. So the dice are actually coming up to the back wall, landing really nicely. So something to kind of keep an eye on. So our point is 5 now. We're going to take that $30 off the 5. Let's put, shoot, what do we do? Let's make the 10 look like 25 bucks. That's a buy bet. 164 brought back to the rack. We got 126 on the table. Again, if I was smart, I'd take all the money back because I'm at that break-even point again for the day. But I have never been considered smart at times here. So 4-1 was the result. So let's get that 4-1 up here so we can rhythm roll it. We'll go 1 inside, 4 inside, 2 being the bottom, 5, 4, 5. 1 is the dice set. Again, the light is shining through at the perfect angle, so I can't see those front numbers. So, all bet set. Dice up. Dice they cross on me. We got a 538, grade 8. That is perfect. So that's going to allow us to go to $30 on that. Let's go both $30 on the 6 and 8. So we're going to actually drop in $3 to get to that bet level. Because we brought back 21. We'll drop in $3 and now bring both the 6 and 8 up to $30 each. 185 brought back to the rack, 150 on the table. Good morning, John. So that's 5-3 on that last one. Roll them in. We'll go 3 on the inside. We'll go 5 on the inside. Cross 6s on the top. We got 6, 5, 6, 3 dice set. And we hit double digits again for the second roller. That's awesome. You're throwing the white dice today, says John. You know, I don't have too many problems with the white dice. So let's go grab the white dice really quick. We'll throw white dice for the rest of this shooter. So this is a legal shot, guys. We're changing dice mid-roll. I know that Jeff has a hard time with his white dice. So let's set the dice set at the same set as what we have there. So 6, 5, 6, 3 is what we'll go with. John, you better not be icing me here. 6, 5, 6, 3. And all bets set. Oh my God, here we go. These are all Crapsation dice, by the way, guys. That does not make a difference. At least it should not. Damn it, John. Oh my God. They are cursed, aren't they? 2, 5, 7. And that is an ouch. So that roll comes to an end just because we're having fun here. But hey, if you guys look at that, there was nothing wrong with that throw. The landing zone was perfect, right where I wanted it. They came up, rested at the back of the table like I wanted. But John goes, those MFs are 7 magnets. I guess they are. But anyhow, let's go look at our statistics for the day here, guys. we had 5, a 3, a 17, and 11 for our shooters. We got it at 9.0 SOR, so that is good now, Beth. 7.2 SRR. Our strong numbers today were the 3 and the 5, as well as the 9. Box numbers are expected. Inside numbers are expected. 4s and 10s were expected. I don't think I've thrown it like that for a long time, where all 3 of those numbers are expected. Come out 7s were low today. Horns are a little bit high. Got a couple field numbers going there low in the hard ways. Let's go through our brown belt statistics, and this is through the end of yesterday. Through the end of yesterday, we have 4,753 throws on the brown belt, an SOR of 9.63, and an SRR of 6.82. So let's go back here, check the chat out. I saw that John put something, he starts laughing there. Holy moly, he goes, everything was perfect except for the damn dice. I'm going to do this really quick here, guys. Let's see what happens. What we had the last set was, oh, shoot, what did we have? It was like a 6-2, 6-3, let's say. I don't know. I know 3 was on one side here. We're going to throw it one more time and see what happens here. So we there we go. 6-3, 6-2. If this is a 7, John, we're throwing these white dice away. Let's see. They bounce around like popcorn, and this is what we should have rolled the last time, guys. This one does not count, by the way. This is what we should have rolled the last time. 2, 3, Justice 5. But hey, guys, check back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm going to be doing a live stream in the morning before I get a couple hours of sleep and before I start driving down to Chicago area. Tomorrow is the day that I will be going on to Joliet. But hey, my name is Joe. This is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Be safe, be prosperous.